All right, welcome back to 3 News at 5. Anthony handling duties tonight in the Weather Center, but we thought it'd be important to bring Jessica van Meter back because yesterday, Jay threw a curveball. Not only did Jessica catch it, she threw it right back.
Yeah, I made an observation. I actually, it was a question. I said,
Yes.
Does it seem like this summer is more windy than summers in the past?
Stand by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go to the tape.
This is a random question. Has it been more windy this summer than normal? I know you need to look that up, but just anecdotally off the top of my head.
This is what he does.
Get ready for anything goes.
Any random
I
thing
just
that
feel like
Here's my question
we've had
for
more
you,
windy
Jay.
days.
Have we had more baseball pitches this year compared to normal?
Slightly less than last year.
Seriously?
Slightly less. See, we
So,
track that
yeah.
stuff in sports.
He knows.
And I know
That's
you
the
track that
problem.
stuff in weather, too.
You got to dig more for it in weather. So I went after full weather and didn't have any paper.
On the
so
napkin.
literally wrote on a napkin some very fast stats about wind for the past few summers.
And was I right?
So we're going to go
That's
to
all
the
he wants
data
to
here.
know.
We are looking at National Weather Service Cleveland and Iowa Mesonet for this. Our period, you said summer.
Yeah.
June 1st, which is meteorological summer, through July 15th. Yesterday was the 16th.
2
so
days
first
ago.
half of summer. So here are our average wind speeds for this year and the previous 5 years for that time frame. So looks pretty good, right?
I mean, I think the jury here would agree with me and say, yes,
Oh, wow,
it's
we're
been
doing
windy.
that. Awesome, I
It's
love
been
that.
windier this summer than normal.
So then we're going to throw on the max gusts because that's what everyone kind of tends to, feel the most. You
Right.
notice those gusts. So
Sure.
there are some of our gusts. So 40s, 50s. Fun fact, all of those were actually in June rather than July.
Interesting.
And now we're going to go for the averages. So this is how we're going to kind of reason this out. Is more
Okay.
recent past is the 5-year average. So 5-year average for the wind speed, 7.84. Yep. This year is higher than that. The 5-year average for wind gust is about 44.4. 47 would be higher than that. So that would lead us to conclude that
that's all I
Jay
wanted to
was
see.
right. However,
I got a lot of email
however-
yesterday from folks that said they think it's been windier as well.
So there's going to be a whole write-up on this on WKYC.com later this evening. So here's the caveat to this, though. That was recent memory. So last 5 years.
Yeah.
Our data sets go back beyond that. So data set for Cleveland, Hopkins is where all this data was from, actually goes back to 1948. And the average wind speed.
Make that clear
I don't
right now.
either, for the record. The average wind speed there was 8.77.
Ooh.
Which is actually higher than we've been so far this year.
I don't
you
go
were
back
right.
to- I don't
You
care
were
about
right
that.
and you were wrong.
No, I don't
You
care
were
about that.
right.
I don't go back
You
to
were wrong.
1948.
We're going to call it all a wash.
You know what? Here's what's happened here, just to fill in the viewers. She was determined to find some number, some metric that proved me wrong, and you did.
Well, you know what? I started to write the web story, and I was like, what was his actual question?
Yeah.
And I went back, and you said, oh, then average, then summer, has it been more windy than this summer than normal?
Yeah.
But 5 years is
normal-
not a record, a period of records
That's
for
what my normal-
climatological
I go back
averages.
5 years. I'm 59. I can't remember past 5 years.
We're saying, hey, recent memory, Jay is right.
All right. Anthony, save us.
Overall normal.
If we could
wrong.
ever get into technicalities,
There's a lot
not
of
that
those.
Jay ever does
There's
that.
a lot of those. There's a lot of data, a lot of fun stuff I found out researching all this today. We're going to have a
So
web
for
story,
those of us who only have a
WKYC.com.
period of record of 5 years, yes, Jay was right. For the rest of the world that has longer than 5-year period of
The
record,
full data range.
not so much.
I go
Nathan
back 5
Crawford.
years. Anthony, that's it.